allow the two
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay.
Off your mind.
Like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle so they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun Diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo.
Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará lórí Facebook.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us tonight. It is Maiyegun Live. Apologies for the late start. What's the difference? Many of you actually understand. Read the caption of the broadcasts. The description of this broadcast. What you should do. Share the broadcast after liking it to invite your friends and your not so friendly friends. Tell them that Maiyegun today. Akpabiole might have found a solution to the banditry in Nigeria. You remember when I told you that Nigeria is like an asylum where lunatics have taken over the asylum. Loonies. People that should either be in jail or in psychiatric homes getting care. They are those making decisions, critical decisions for that contraption. All you have to do is to share the broadcast. Thank you very much. And thank you so much for joining me again. Ladies and gentlemen, let's kind of delve into it straight up. And I am going to try and make it up to us. Okay, we're going to have all our full hours tonight, as long as you are up for it. Now, we are starting with the Akpabiole's jibe or gaff, and it is not a sleep. This is how useless the rogues in charge of Nigeria are. And when they speak like this, including Thiefnubu, you will never see them talk about their policies, the progress of it, the challenges, things that you can easily understand, to acknowledge them or see them as a government. These guys are always either just talking about nonsense, mostly like they are a charity, sort of, and not government. So that's why most of the time they are so irresponsible that they kind of feel angry if you rebuke them when they abandon their duty for God. Let's just pray to God to help us from the people who are making and taking critical decisions in a country. However, Akpabiole is the number 3 man in Nigeria after Kolu and Shitty Man. That is the number 3 man in Nigeria. So he was having a media party, somehow, as usual, making themselves feel good. Have done so great for this country. The policies of Thiefnubu is so working. We are turning the corner. We are baby walking. And all that nonsense they say to you. That's how they feel. They are doing so great. Anyone who is not feeling that is either an hater or that person is blind. Kind of, that's the way they see it. Then, boom. Thiefnubu's policy on student loan, Akpabiole said, is one of their greatest bills that they passed, because right now 30,000 Nigerian students have been shortlisted. There's no proof of that. There is nothing of such, all right? But the number 3 man in Nigeria, as they are those who actually peddles fake news, lies, they get so mad if they get busted. Okay? So he said 30,000 Nigerian students have been shortlisted for student loan. But the greatest, that's one of the greatest, but the greatest of the bills that this National Assembly, they have passed in the last 1 year is returning Nigeria back to the colonial anthem. And according to him, it was because Obasanjo stopped and changed the anthem in 1978. That was what opened the door for banditry, terrorism, because there is no patriotism anymore. The moment Obasanjo changed the anthem, patriotism left Nigeria. Because if you read the content of that anthem, you will be so patriotic. You will not go and kill your neighbor. You will not go and attack your this or that. That's the thought of the number 3 man in Nigeria. I want you to listen. I think I have a copy of that somewhere here. Inside that same National Assembly.
Whatever you do for us here, you do it for National Assembly, you do it for subnational parliament.
The bill that was sent to us by President Tinubu on students' loans and scholarship program to enable Nigerian vulnerable students, the less privileged, to obtain higher education. And as I speak to you now, over 30,000 Nigerian students have already been selected to benefit from that. That is one of the bills that I would say appeals to me the most. The other one of social impact is reverting to our old national anthem. A lot of people are not aware that there was a panel set up made up of Nigerians to receive inputs from all over the world in 1959. So when people are saying, oh, we are bringing you colonial anthem, please look into the history of the Nigeria we held the. If we kept to that national anthem, we probably would not have banditry today in Nigeria. But if you take your neighbor as your brother, you will not want to kill your brother, would you? Yes. If you take your neighbor as your brother, you will not want to go into the farm to behead your brother.
Whatever you do for us here, you do it for National Assembly, you do it for some nuisance lele.
That is their thought process. The increase in insecurity, terrorism in Nigeria is not because of an anthem. It all started from those who were using religion as a tool to access power. That is that. Then the successive governments in Nigeria who have allowed that to fester. Then Boko Haram came. Then add that as well to the poverty, mismanagement, bad governance over the years, which has rendered more people poorer and easily recruitable, easily recruitable into any form of a criminality, any form of agenda, and any form of violence. That's corruption, bad governance, negligence, not taking responsibilities on the part of the authorities or the government of Nigeria is further creating more, recruits from the basket of the poverty, more recruits for many other criminal agendas in Nigeria. And there is no amount of time you hail Nigeria, you hail thee. That is going to end that. But Akpabiole and gang didn't think so. But have you listened to Kalu himself? Anyway, this is how they kind of make themselves feel good. Power is good, though. Power. We are in power. We are the ones in power. We can do whatever we like. They see Thiefnubu almost every hour in Abuja, especially those who are miling around him. Then Thiefnubu took a break to Lagos. So they went there again to go and pay him Salah visit and all of that. That Akpabiole was there too. But you just hear the number 3 man in Nigeria. Listen to the number 1 man from the contraption, Kalu himself.
For people to understand the reforms that we embark upon.
He's talking about this reform that we embark upon. And guess what the reform is? Taxation and borrowing. IMF, World Bank, no investor, no nothing. But right now, they kind of feel like as bigger businesses are leaving Nigeria, Lebanese and the rest of them are coming in, Asians, and I'm coming to that. But let Thiefnubu tell you about that policy. Floating off the Naira is one of them. But listen.
For people to understand the reforms that we embark upon. Despite all of that, the need to change the rent-seeking minority to be more productive for this economy is very challenging. You still see smuggling and all of economic sabotage. Why should we not have the country that we embrace a value that charts our course for ownership and service? Why should we have people removing rail tracks and all of that, stealing electric cables, sabotaging the we just have to jointly embrace the campaign to change our value system, to really tell our people that the challenge we face is for all of us to change our mindset about our country. We are working at that, and together we'll continue. Yes, separation of power. Patriotism, dedication, and commitment will get us out of this, because we have no other country but this.
We came to pay the usual solemn homage to the President and Commander-in-Chief. It is normal for the National Assembly to do so to the leadership of the country. And by the grace of God, God has kept him alive to see 1 full year in office, and for all Nigerians to see the policy direction of his administration. It's people-centered, and God helping, everything will materialize. That's all we did. And we normally do that in a joint leadership manner. And so both the House of Representatives and the Senate. The Speaker is still in Saudi Arabia, so represented by the Deputy Speaker, the House Leader, and of course I came also with the entire leadership, including the Majority Leader, the Senate Leader. And then we met with the President to pay homage to him.
So, pardon me, it's proper to say congratulations as well to the National Assembly for making it 1 year.
Yes.
And so what uncommon laws are we going to see moving forward to help this administration improve on the economy particularly?
Well, we will see a lot of radical ventures. We want to even look at the existing legislations in the country and then provide enabling environment for ease of doing business. What Nigeria needs now is foreign direct investment, so we have to make sure that we tinker with the legislations to make it very conducive for foreigners to bring money and to present. So I want to congratulate all Nigerians. I've congratulated the President, and I want to say Braga de Salah to all of us.
Those are the people in charge of Nigeria. Thiefnubu is talking about a reform. Did you hear any of that? Akpabiole is talking about uncommon laws. And that, man, you would have to feel sorry for that country and the people there. So to them, your new old national anthem, maybe your old new national anthem, some of us will never understand because we are under 50. Those who are above 50, the people that destroyed Nigeria, they said they are the ones who will understand that anthem, the two clowns of the National Assembly of Nigeria.
I would like to put the question. The Speaker has just mentioned something that those who are below 50 years may not know much about the old national anthem. So can I put a question? Those in support that the band should lead us to sing the new national anthem adopted by both chambers of the House of Representatives and the Senate. Can I hear you? Say aye. Aye. Those against, that is those who are saying we should use our voices. Can you say nay? Okay. As Democrats, the ayes have it. So may we now rise for the national anthem.
At least you remember that. So now they are singing the national anthem, and Nigerians are now more patriotic. And except for some of us who are not in Nigeria, I think. And that is why one of them decided to report Adeola Fayewu, that vlogger. You know Adeola Fayewu now? Well, they have taken in a case for asking that, or for exposing how much lawmakers earn in Nigeria. Okay, how much is your salary? Now, one of them got mad and reported that to his colleagues, clowns.
One Adeola Fayewu, who alleged on social media and Instagram that I, a member of this house, collect basic salary of 2.5 per month, furniture allowance 7.5 million per month, newspaper allowance 1.2 million per month, wardrobe allowance 621,000 per month, recess allowance 248,000 per month, accommodation allowance 4.9 million per month, utility allowance 828,000 per month, personal assistant allowance 621,000 per month, and so on. And very interesting for you to know that this Adeola Fayewu does not reside in Nigeria, he's in UK. And this is the same person, December time, when one of our colleagues, maybe by mistake, said trailers of rice were given to members of National Assembly. This same lady was spreading it everywhere that you should ask your representatives, where is your trailers of rice? So if this house does not take a stand on this and take a
nuisance lele.
You know, those are the clowns in charge of Nigeria. And to those of you who are disturbing God, God is tired of yous. Honestly, if I was God, I would be tired of you. Because I remember when one pastor said this. In fact, I don't know if any of you remember that when he told you that I'm going to go look for that clip and show you. And today, anyway, let's go a bit forward, okay, before we go deeper as well. I've got updates on the reverse, the reverse debacle. Omazi Nnamdi Kanu was in court today, where he is challenging them on his fundamental human rights. I'm not going to defend nothing, okay, except you actually start obeying what your own court said first. So, challenging that he must be released before any trial at all. And it was in court today also to remind everyone that he has total averseness to any violence that is taking place in Eastern Nigeria, this would be like about 5 or 6 times. Something that we can, figuratively say 1 millionth times. That is saying that if you want the if you want the politically sponsored insecurity in Eastern Nigeria to end, if the government is not involved, if they say, yeah, we are not involved, they let him go and see how that will disappear. So this morning, it was in court. I had a few of those clips added here. Watch some.
Oh, come on, go.
Madam,
that thing has failed. Requires force of character. You've done that so many times.
Slavery in Arabia, slavery in Europe, slavery in America. So I think we should focus our time and devote towards making sure that this continent stands up to what the family of people. And everything, of course. And some of these soldiers, we are told, are also our people. Is that correct? Yes. And the family is now in mourning. Yes. So all the making of young widows is condemned in its entirety. I don't want it. I don't want anybody to die. Yes. We are fighting for freedom. Then how can we fight for them at the same time? It's not possible. We want people to be free. That's what we're fighting for. Nothing more. We've suffered a lot in Africa. I don't know if you know that. Africans have suffered from slavery in Arabia to slavery in Europe to slavery in America. So I think we should focus our time and devote it towards making sure that this continent stands up to what God promised it is going to be. And that's why we're doing what we are doing.
Oh, you be our chairman now overall. No.
Yeah. So I can wear insecurity. Insecurity, you are the only person that can address it. From my own assessment, I may be wrong.
I'm telling you.
That's the only person.
Even though that thing has failed.
I don't say. So
it requires your force of character.
But I told them.
Yeah, you've done that so many times.
There will be no insecurity when I'm out of this place. Then they know that. No insecurity whatsoever. I condemn any manner of killing. Every manner of killing I condemn in its entirety. I want people to understand that. Because IPOB was founded on a non-violent principle. And we maintain that up until this very day. And everything, of course. And some of these soldiers, we are told, are also our people. Is that correct? Yes. And the family is now in mourning. Yes. So all the making of young widows is condemned in its entirety. I don't want it. I don't want anybody to die. Yes. We are fighting for freedom. Then how can we fight for death at the same time? It's not possible. We want people to be free. That's what we're fighting for. Nothing more. We've suffered a lot in Africa. I don't know if you know that. Africans have suffered from slavery in Arabia to slavery in Europe to slavery in America. So I think we should focus our time and devote it towards making sure that this continent stands up to what God promised it is going to be. And that's why we're doing what we are doing. Not the truncated version, but the whole thing. It's very important that you cover everything.
That was him there, adding his own voice, something he would do without any, if he is not within, what do you call it, the legal detention where he is locked, and the court, who is also a part and parcel of that conspiracy to keep him away, continues to violate his fundamental human rights. They continue to look for evidence of what they accuse him of doing, even before he was kidnapped. And today he was asked, like usual, I don't know what the posed question was. And he said, listen, I think he was asked, would you be willing to negotiate with the government of Nigeria for his release? And he was like, negotiate with them. They would have to tell me what they want from me. They were the ones who kidnapped me and brought me to Nigeria. So whatever they want from me, they should come out and say it. And then, we will know what they want from me. So pretty much like he hasn't really been approached of anything per se. Whatever rumor is out there, I don't know. But in his own words, listen.
I am today. Are you seeking an out-of-court settlement with the federal government?
It's them that is holding me. They should tell me what they want to do with me.
No, it's a direct question. Yes. Sir, are you seeking an out-of-court settlement with the federal government?
I can't seek what I didn't initiate. They are the ones that kidnapped me and brought me here. So it's whatever they say that will happen.
But your lawyer is trying to move Section 17 of the Federal High Court Act,
yes,
which calls for negotiation. Are you in line with that?
I reminded the judge of powers.
I think it's the judge's powers. I don't think it's within his powers. It's for the judge to decide.
Okay, so would you want the judge to decide that?
Yes. It is up to her discretion to do that.
Okay, but now she has sent you to the AGF. So how would you explore that particular position of the court?
Well, the prosecutor who is prosecuting by fiat is not opposed to that. He too said we can go to AGF, and we are saying AGF can also come to us.
Oh, that's correct.
So that means they are open to the prospects of reconciliation. That's what the law says.
Okay. He's actually quoting the law, what the law says.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not me.
Thank you very much, sir. I am today.
I hope that is clear. It's not saying it's going into any negotiation with Thiefnubu or Nigeria. What he's practically saying is that settlement out of court simply means, right, the government will drop any charges or any case against him. And on his part, is going to possibly promise them or say something that they would also agree to. Now, that is called settlement out of court. So don't get carried away by that. Okay? I remember when they felt like his continued detention was going to seriously affect the 2019 elections. What did they do? The politicians put themselves together, okay? And then with his legal team and the rest of them, they had what was called, a bail agreement. And in that bail agreement, it wasn't there. They went to go and agree with Bokwari that Nnamdi Kanu will not be seen in the midst of more than 5 people. Nnamdi Kanu will not use social media anymore. I'll do that broadcast. Nnamdi Kanu will agree never to use that Radio Biafra anymore. Nnamdi Kanu will not attend any rally or be seen anywhere, right? Nnamdi Kanu cannot grant interview to media houses. Now, them agree to all of that. So when they concluded, they released him. That was the first time. That same day he was released, thousands of people, thousands of them were in Abuja, preparing to get him out of the place, and probably millions more across Igbo land were everywhere. We still have some of these videos everywhere. Something that sent shivers down the spine of the Igbo politicians, especially. So if you are, for now, I know we are back in an era where a lot of people are going to milk this and they're going to build their propaganda around it. But if you are smart enough, you heard him. Okay? So what is most, he said they brought him to Nigeria. They should tell the court what to do with him. You brought me here. Not me, not my words. A section of your law says, okay, at this point, that the prosecutor, the defendants are not in any way agreeing to continue with the trial. So there could be an out-of-court settlement. Out-of-court settlement, obviously they won't give out money. Out-of-court settlement is for government to save face. They can't prosecute him. They can't jail him. At least they can't do that officially. Their courts have been waiting for 3 years for evidence of Nnamdi Kanu's crime. And for over 3 years, they've not been able to present any. So settlement out of court is also a way for government to save face. Release them first. We'll talk about what happened after. So that's where that is said today. So on that, they are waiting for the court to decide. So a date for that decision is expected soon. Let him go. I have told you this. I don't care, even if the devil, right? Even if the devil had to be like made a deal with, let him go. He is bigger than those who think they could use the legality of their own, the legality of their own laws in their country, right? To hold him and keep him quiet. You should let him go first. We'll find out after. Right? And yeah, this is the video I was talking about. A reminder.
If Thiefnubu wins,
all of you are going to join. That is God has spoken.
Just let it go live. Let it go live as spoken. Just the way I've said it. Let me say it in English so that the world understands. Okay, sir.
If Nigerians vote for APC,
Nigeria
will sink.
Nigeria
We will swallow in poverty, and the economy will be in shambles. If the government of APC continues, Nigeria will suffer extraordinary. I'm not in support of anybody. As a matter of fact, I don't vote. And I will never vote. I am telling you that we have never seen Archie before. Then this is when we now experience more Archie. We will be sick, the economy will be sick. I'm not saying anybody should like me. If I bring a letter to you tomorrow, if I bring an appeal fund to you, don't give it to me. But that is what the Lord have said. And I stand, and that's why I make the pronouncement. This is a prophecy.
It's not much more than that.
Stephanie. It is not a prophecy. Okay? For everyone who saw what Boko Haram did, you needed a sort of a break. Okay? A break. Somebody needed to put a peg or a plug into the leakages. Or else, if APC continued, it doesn't even matter if not Thiefnubu, it doesn't matter who. APC, Egbekegbe. But they rigged himself. He stayed there and said, okay, now. Guys, do you know that that protest in Kenya yesterday continued today? The government of Kenya, they have reversed that law. Yeah, that 2024 financial bill or something, or finance bill, or something like that. That was a bill that Kenyans will be taxed by over 40% from their income. You saw the video yesterday, the Sorosoke of Kenya. Baba, they took over the parliament, took over everywhere. They've reversed it. They are negotiating the total, like, they must not even present it anymore. Or they have to renegotiate what they are going to present. Won't kill us. 26% increase in the price of sanitary pad. For ladies, something that should be free. You want tax some? Or more. But you, he read himself now. He read himself. So what do you want people to do? People did not vote for people. What do you want to say? Okay, now are you not? Are you not getting ready for 2027 now? For them to do it again. That is why some of you will kind of you are hoping on karma. So when news like Thiefnubu, Thiefnubu Lule, bear, you just like yes, that's karma. So Thiefnubu is in South Africa, so is Obasanjo. Right, Obankparo. So Obankparo himself was seen yesterday or 2 days ago rather with Remi Werekwe. So Remi Werekwe was seen with Obankparo yesterday. That's Obasanjo, right? Now everybody just kind of lost it. Obasanjo is a clown. Obasanjo is a chameleon. Obasanjo is a betrayer. Calm down. Obasanjo is part of the establishment. Okay? Whether they like him or they don't like him, it will still be part of the establishment. So it's not your friend. And if you are just discovering that, that's your issue. So he's in South Africa, where Kolu is also a guest. Ramaphosa is forming a national government with the former apartheid party that manages to gain a national advantage in the last elections. So Ramaphosa and the DA that are forming the national government, they had all their guests. And Thiefnubu Obasanjo was one of them. So there are those who are like a former head of state. There are those who are like a current president and head of state from Africa invited. Kolu too. And let me show you his arrival, as well as his arrival at the airport. There is arrival at the venue of the event. Before that snob.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, could we warmly welcome the President of Nigeria and current Chairperson of ECOWAS, His Excellency Chief Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a rousing welcome for the President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Her Excellency
So everything was fine. Then it was time for Ramaphosa to sort of greet his guest. They put Kolu behind. That too is kind of like an insult, not a snub per se. So the first set, you probably have seen this, have you? Nigerians have been going crazy about this video. Watch it.
Will be presented here, and I would then invite my counterpart, Minister Pando, to proceed with that portion of the program. Thank you very much.
Watch out. Then I bet the Thiefnubu. Yabali Yanazu. Then I value Thiefnubu. Chai. They're going to president in the Nigeria value Yanazu. On Archie can I yeah? On Archie Mark can I want to follow you. Huh? Huh? Hi. Hi. Jehovah. The book on Aquaka, the book on Akuziaka. The book on Akuziaka. Hi.
You know, Kolu was just yelling. I know he's an old man, but is Nigeria president, and South Africa owes Nigerians apology. You need to say sorry to Nigerians. That's how could you put the president of the most populous, and then the most populous are the poverty capital of the world of Africa as well, right? How could you put him behind? Like why was that? So I think they told Ramaphosa later that, that's what you just did. Don't go viral on the internet to go back and say hello to him. That's the president of Nigeria. It's like you didn't see him. Somehow, I went back to say hello.
Dear.
They told us when he's greeting, the orchestra must just play.
Should we? You don't like this orchestra?
No. The orchestra was supposed to play now.
So some said because they don't want to. They don't want Ramaphosa. The people of South Africa, they want to wake up in the morning and see the headlines in Nigeria. Thiefnubu signed $21 billion dollars contracts. Oh no, Thiefnubu signed a deal of $22 billion with South Africa, and they will use the picture of Ramaphosa greeting him. So they said that's why the guy avoided him. People have said a lot, so I'm not going to quote them. But that's what happened in South Africa. And now we have been told. How many still remember when I said that presidential jet that Thiefnubu and Shittyman want to buy? That I sort of have this hunch that they've already bought it. Anyway, there is a bit of a scoop going on out there, right? And it is that they've already bought the aircraft since last year. And they are only expecting the delivery, possibly before the end of this year. Right now, Thiefnubu has abandoned the presidential jet. And I believe Shittyman has abandoned his too. Even though they said Shittyman's own is still serviceable. But currently it's costing too much. So they're going to buy him brand new one. So all of us who are thinking they are still planning to buy aircraft, they've already bought it. They've already bought them. They're just putting all of you on notice. Like the yacht, which they've already paid for as well, before they made the announcement to you. All of them are expected to be delivered, possibly before December. So, until then, Thiefnubu will be using Shaguri's plane. That's the one that took them to South Africa. Shaguri is the chairman of ITEC, co-owned by Shaguri, Gilbert Shaguri, and Bola Thiefnubu, whose son is holding his 46% shares in ITEC. ITEC is the one that got the Lagos-Calabar highway, coastal highway for 15 trillion at the cost of 5 billion naira per kilometer. You get the old drift, Sha. So it is like a big rope of the new the new sheriff in town, you'll say. Anyway, all for good. Make them sure no crash am. Okay. Maybe say that will go even cost more. So I just want you to know that they bought their planes. Okay. They said like the news came out 2 days ago that I was already bought. They're just gonna wait for the delivery of the planes. But let's go to River State. From all that happened yesterday, you need to know the follow-up. Maiyegun, what is the latest? Some of you are you probably know the latest, right? But you don't have them in detail like I would give it to you. So here we are. After the drama of yesterday, the Yorubas men being chased out of town and all of that, Fubara told the head of local government administration in the 23 local government areas to hand over, to take over the local government areas. But the Yorubas loyal chairman, especially that one from Ikwere, and then Chidi Lloyd. I think that one, where is Chidi Lloyd from again? I don't know. He will tell you himself. Yesterday, outside or away from the local government secretariats, they were assuring their supporters that they should not worry. Oh, today is the one. Oh, tomorrow is another day. Oh. So I'm going to tell you what happened today. But you need a closure for what went down yesterday. How did they handle it? Let's start from these guys.
We came here today as law-abiding citizens. The matters are before the courts. The court says they should maintain status quo. What happened yesterday happened because yesterday was public holiday. They say they have taken over the council. Let us remain resolute. We will not do anything in the face of the law. All of these issues are before the courts. At the appropriate time when the court speaks, where we will know. People said we will not come to Emmaus, but this is me here, Chidi Lloyd, speaking for you people. Now, all of those, the governance talks, and all of the people they brought, including Amama soldiers, are there shooting at us. But I want to thank you. When no Jami Ukar Yakezeme, so at the end of the day, we shall come. You know they do that. So everyone make But be vigilant, as your chairman that you elected, and by the instrumentality of the River State House of Assembly as led by Martins Chikweru Amewule, and as declared by Justice Omotoso's judgment 24th of January 2024, that the only assembly known by law is one led by Martins Amewule. And Martins Amewule and his team has extended my tenure for another 6 months, which means I have spent my first day in office. I am now having 5 months and 29 days. I want to state clearly that as your chairman and as a law-abiding citizen, we are not going to take the laws in our hands. The governor of River State has no power under the Constitution of Nigeria to, via his press conference this morning, institute a government. He doesn't have, it's not known by any law. The law as it is known is the one raised by the local government law has been done by the National Assembly as stated by Martins Amewule. Justice Omotoso in his ruling said clearly there should be no caretaker committee, there should be no government of any sort outside as enshrined in the Constitution Section 1, Section 7.1 and in Section 8 of the Nigerian Constitution, who said the administration that will run local government should be an elected administration. Omotoso's judgment came in January. It's expected from January to date. The governor has had more than the required 90 days to give notice of election via SEC and conduct local government election, but he decided to fail because he thought that the 10th assembly led by Martins Amewule will come back to become rubber stamp assembly. We thank God that democracy is being deepened. And we want to commend Mr. President. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the best thing that has happened to us as Nigerians. For him to know the pains of the third tier, that this Governor Fubara has seized the allocation of local government chairmen in Rivers State. 20 local government, 3 months allocation he has seized. The local government 4 months allocation he has seized. All in the bid to intimidate local government chairmen and make them do his bid. But it's unfortunate that he has forgotten that the local government is a creation of the law, not a creation of a press conference. Nigerian police has, by the instruction of the CP, who has done well today to maintain law and order in the state, has taken over all the local government councils, including the Kwere local government. So, we are saying, we are going back to court, as the court appeal has fixed 20th to start hearing of our matter, and the day Supreme Court will fix to hear the other part of our matters. Whatever the court's rule, whatever ruling that comes from the Court of Appeal, will be fine by it. I thank you people for your support. I thank you for standing tall, and I thank you for not being afraid of the criminals they call Rivers Youth. Rivers Youth are in their homes. There is no Rivers Youth that is a militant like General Gabriel, who says he's SASAP militant, he's brandishing guns all over social media and whatever. Those are not our problem. Problem is that we will allow the Nigerian police to take over the government. But let it be on record. As we are living now, we know, we've heard that they want to come with military uniforms to come and attack the police and break into the council and claim that they have taken over the council. We are living and we have allowed the Nigerian police, you can see behind us, they have taken over the council, they have seized the premises. Whatever they do now is no more our business. We have done our part and we are going home to go through the law. But one thing we know that the will of justice grinds slowly. But at the end of the day, justice will prevail. I assure you, all of us have worked to build this local government. We will never be part of those that will destroy this local government. Don't.
He's talking like we're a wiki. All of us that build this local government will not be part of those that will destroy this local government. It was the guy who was dancing, if you remember this song, I think One True Emperor. This is his favorite song whenever we are talking about Wike and Fubara. Fubara must obey, Wike, Fubara must obey, Wike. Come back to that. So last night too, the guy that was made the speaker when the 27 local governments, 27 House of Assembly members decamped to APC and they lost their seats. And the guy went on to resign and he became the chief of staff to Fubara. It was the guy that was kind of like taking care of everybody yesterday. Okay, now him be the one we say chief of staff. Look at him last night. This was still last night, oh.
Simplify movement. Rivers first. Simplify movement. Well, as you can see, we are here with members of the National Assembly. We have the Right Honorable Barrister B.S. Ibirengwa representing this local government and Emewa Federal Constituency. We have Right Honorable Umagude representing Asari Toro Federal Constituency. We have the Right Honorable Alison Biggs Anderson representing Okreka Ogubolo Federal Constituency. We have Honorable Manu Jim Wazurike representing Port Harcourt Federal Constituency. We have the Special Advisor to the Governor on Political Affairs, Party Chairman of Ikwere, political leaders, stakeholders, elder statesmen. Simplify movement. Reverse first. Reverse first. Simplify movement. You know, today we have been celebrating with Mr. President and the Governor in line with the Salah holiday. We have gone around various local government on invitation by our friends and brothers. Today we are here in the Ikwere local government on invitation of our leader from this local government and the member of the Federal House of Representatives. And you know, coincidentally, we are around the area and we have eaten our Salah Ram and pray to God to help our families and our nation so that Mr. President can succeed. Yeah, and the Governor of Rivers State, you are all aware, has done so well, and we are all in support of his achievements to do better for Rivers State. Don't be so? No. Having said that, coincidentally, today also signifies the end of tenure of the outgone council chairman, vice chairman, councillors. And one of them is our friend, Honorable Samuel Wanosige, our close friend. So we are just passing around and we saw that we are throwing around the Salah and he has left the council and we wish him very well. In his future endeavors. And just to put the record straight, where he accused the governor and some of us. You see, one thing I know about politics, you see, one day it's either power will leave you or you will leave power. But most of our friends don't want to leave power. We wish him well. We know we'll meet again someday, either as friends or as opponents, but we will never kill ourselves. We will not be like our opponents. We will say blood for blood. Our own is you win us, we say God thank you. We win you, we say God thank you. So I want to thank everybody who is strolling with us in this Salah holiday and celebrating. You can see how peaceful the local government is. Nigeria police has taken over and the HLG has taken over. There's no cause for alarm. Some people say they are resisting to hand over. I will say you cannot resist because any resistance is an offense against the state. An offense against the state is treasonable felony. And treasonable felony is a capital offense. Either they kill you or they sentence you to life imprisonment. Don't be so. Now go. And I assure you that we will continue to give you all the necessary support on behalf of the government and people of Rivers State. We thank you. Today is not for official movement, just for strolling and celebration. You can see senior political officers are here. So what do we say? Ikwere people, continue to support the governor. Do not forget, His Excellency's wife. This is her maternal home. No, be so. Now so. And you have shown. See how peaceful you are. See how peaceful you are. In the dead of the night, you have continued to show solidarity to His Excellency and the wife. God bless the people of Ikwere ethnic nationality, particularly Ikwere local government.
This is sad because this is not how it was actually like plotted. Ikwere local government, Obi Akpo local government, they were the footholds of Werewike. Kini gbogbo problem yìí torí Ọlọ́run, So last night, the Rivers State House of Assembly, loyal to Fubara, they received the list of new caretaker chairmen 23 caretaker chairmen in Rivers State. And they passed them into law, like they approved them, Sha. So this morning, Fubara sworn the new 23 local government caretaker chairmen in. And right after that, he ordered the audit. Yes, the audit of all the 23 local government areas in the last 8 years. It can't be like say, Omo, if we cannot do something fast, these people say go do jail. You know now, when these people go after themselves, they do send themselves to jail. And the fear of jail is part of what will kind of make some of them to begin to go and say, Fubara, we are sorry. Oga, no vex. I know now, sure you get. It's how the power runs in Nigeria. So immediately he sworn in 23 caretaker local government chairmen. He forwarded a letter to the Rivers State Electoral Commission or something to begin the process of getting ready to conduct local government elections. I mean, that's that. Says notice of general stakeholders meeting. They want to talk about how to organize the next local government elections in Rivers State. I have a long clip here for all of us. It's from Rivers, if you can watch it. They're swearing in, as well as what Fubara had to say of the new era in Rivers State. He's putting together his own team. He's empowering them. And this morning, that guy that said we have left our local government area now, the police have taken over and all of that. This morning, he went back to the same place he wanted to go in. I think I should show you that first before I show you what other things that happened in Rivers today, including the swearing in of these 23 new Fubara's loyalists who are now local government chairmen.
Those women were there on a police woman. But that woman is still for 75 now, no harm.
I believe you do a better job than Yeson Wike. I have said to Rivers people, you know Yeson Wike. He loves and worships money. Nothing more, nothing less. He can betray his mother for money.
I added that one to it. That's the Ubima Judas Iscariot wrote me and Meoshi. But let's go to Rivers State where Fubara is now putting his own foot out, like, yeah, I'm gonna be the boss now. Once and for all. Listen.
Emerge from the millions of people of this dear state to lead or to manage for a short time the affair of our dear local government areas. Count yourself very lucky and take this opportunity as a call for service. It is not a call that will make you see yourself as a superhuman, but an opportunity for you to protect the interests of your people and to also make us proud at this critical time that our decisions is not a mistake. So I thank and congratulate you. Let me also say this. What is happening here now is a defense of democracy. We will not allow a wrong precedent to be created in this country. It is not about River State. It's not about Fubara. But if in any way this attempt of tenure elongation succeeds in River State, it becomes a norm in Nigeria. So we have taken it upon ourselves to say, not within our own watch, that it will not happen, because it is completely alien to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So for those people who are saying the only reason why we want to continue to be in the office is because elections are now conducted, we have more than 85% of the states in Nigeria that are being run by caretaker. Ours is different. You have your tenure. You have completed your tenure. It is proper. You let go. And life doesn't create vacuum. If you're not there again, doesn't mean, if your tenure has expired, doesn't mean I should say because I want to please you, I will allow you. No, it doesn't happen anywhere. People must take over, manage the affair, and elections be conducted. Let me also sound it very clear here that your tenures are not going to be too long, because as a matter of fact, by the end of today or tomorrow, there should be a process for the commencement of elective local government chairmen in our dear state. Let me also advise that as you resume your respective local governments, please, I do not want any confrontation. It is not in my nature. It is not my style. Whatever happened yesterday, I know, and the world knows that it is not from you people. Some persons caused it. So let us not give them the opportunity to continue to make our states look bad in the Committee of States. So when you go back, if there is any situation, I want you to be law-abiding. I don't want any confrontation. You can operate from anywhere until when. But the most important thing, you have the control of the LGA today. I want to also appeal, whatever is the benefits, salary, whatever, of the outgone chairman, the vice chairman, the councillors, ensure that it has been sorted out. I am not of the class to say that because something happen that you should maltreat them. No. Whatever is their entitlement, ensure that they get it. And also make sure that you maintain peace. It's important in your LGs. I feel very, very sad that all time, for one reason or the other, you only hear about Rivers State, one bad news. If not that we managed to, organize our 1-year anniversary, I wonder what would have been happening in this state. Is it always crisis here, crisis there? But please, I want to appeal to you that when you go back, I don't want crisis. Just manage the situation as much as we can. God doesn't start and end halfway. That is the truth. Since God has started with us, He will definitely complete His work in our lives. I also want to say that for the local government activity in the past 3 years, I will want to mandate, which is his official assignment, not even a statutory duty, that the Auditor General should immediately commence the audit of the 23 local governments in the past 3 years and come up with the result in the next 1 month. It's important so that we know what has happened and how our funds were being used in those 23 local governments. It's important so that those people that are also coming, it will be a check for them. Let me, on this note, thank every one of you. My
grown-up men, oh. Fubara must obey, we can obey. Fubara must obey. Grown-up men, oh. Fathers, mothers, grandfathers, grandmothers dancing, obey. Because what they all live off is the money from the politics. Take politics out of that communities and all that, then you realize that a lot of them actually have nothing to do with their lives. And more or less why some of them are fighting like, many one in River States. Remember this guy yesterday? You remember that old guy? I mean, that guy with a beard yesterday that said, we will be here. If we steal any, you remember him? They don't make a chairman, caretaker chairman. His first day in office. Listen to his message.
And everybody. So, an era where no one man will subvert what is meant for the good of the people for his personal interests. So, we are raising an era where what is meant for you will get to you. We will do everything within our power to ensure that law and order is observed in this local government. End up destroying what we are here to protect. We will not do it. The police have said they will be neutral and unbiased
as it regards issues in this state. We welcome them. Even though there is a police officer by the name SP Masalachi, whose conduct, actions have so betrayed the ethics and the professional conduct of the Nigerian police force.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
He has so allowed himself to be used as a political thug for politicians. As time goes on, we will know what to do. But for now, please, my brothers and my sisters, we will maintain law and order. Thank you
very much. Yeah, that's how they put together their teams and all of that. Control the local government areas. They make sure that everybody get their share. Chairman, they bring money. They make sure say, as they touch your nose, if they touch the lips. So remember also, now waiting go fit cause problem with that. You see the issue of development, that is secondary. When they bring chairman, call us or wala mashele. Kind of. It's all about the sharing, though. And there's so much money to share. So they think, anyway. Because I don't know if there's actually so much money to share anymore. But that's from Rivers State. This guy went on TV to speak on this issue, right? I'm trying to kind of work out my time. I don't want to overshoot my time again. So we'll go there. Listen to this talking about this same Rivers issue. Yeah.
Now, it's unfortunate that the president took time to do that before, and then the parties signed. I was there. I was at the meeting the president held with parties on this matter, and curiously, he asked so many times, does anybody disagree with any of the items listed, 8 points, and each one, everybody was okay. And then he called for parties to sign, and they all signed. Unfortunately, no sooner than this came out, people started creating an impression whether it was a genuine document or not. So, but we saw people signing, we knew they were genuine. Of course, it's been proven to be genuine. I think we should respect the president. We should understand that he's not from our state, but as a leader of the country, he is trying to help us at a time when we seem to have lost our own bearing. It's only Mr. President that can provide that platform for a political solution. However, the one he did before is still good.
Yeah, but the easiest way to sort this thing out is to let the executive governor be the executive governor. I mean, that is his turf. He's elected by the people. It's as simple as that. No. Just let him do his job and don't interfere in his job.
You see, this is the narrative that has deceived a lot of people. The governor is not allowed to work. No, what is happening is that the governor is not allowed to dominate. The work of the governor...
I don't know what you mean by dominate.
Allow me answer.
Right, okay.
The work of the governor, by constitution and by law, is to provide, take care of the welfare, the security, etc., of the place, to make the people pursue their happiness and
and in that process, not to share his responsibilities with someone else.
Listen, no. The battle is in the field of politics. This fight is in politics, not in governance. In the realm of governance, nobody. The governor gets his allocation. The governor decides the projects he wants to do. The governor pays for the projects he wants to pay. There is no interference. Nobody is sharing the authority of the governor in running the state as he so wishes. Now, but you go back to the other stuff. If it's political structure, any man has a right to have his structure. If it is the state assembly, members of the state...
Nuisance Lele.
Almost like there is no honest people in Nigerian political space anymore. Like there's no single one. People can really lie so conveniently, so comfortably, as long as it appeals to their bias. You see, the Wirewikes guys were practically amending laws that takes away the power of the governor on some certain things, right? And that guy was like, no, that's not what was happening. Let me give you one example. They made laws that amended the local government law. Meanwhile, the local government, which is under the states, okay, if there's going to be any amendment to their law, anything at all, no, anyway, maybe their law, right? Amendment, right? It has to come from the executive, okay? It has to be a bill that has the blessings of the executive, because they are the ones who kind of controls the local government per se. So they are still fighting the local government autonomy, which will allow the local government to act independently, but like in practice, okay, they are under the governor. So the Rivers State House of Assembly guys, they now said, okay, what we're going to do is that we will take that power away from him. Even though they also need him to sign the amended law before it becomes law. So they also went on to say, well, but we could veto him. So we veto you. We don't want to have it. So what happened now is that we will be dealing with the local government areas and the chairman, not you anymore. They have no power to do that. But then they said, you know what? We know that the local government time is coming to an end. So we have decided to extend your tenure. All of you local government chairmen, we extend your tenure by 6 months. And this is all done just because they needed that structure of local government areas. They've lost it, but they do not want to believe they've lost it. So that guy went on TV to lie about it. And that's what they do mostly. No, the governor is collecting his own allocation. Nobody is talking about that. But local government, they need to collect their own allocation directly. But under Wirewike, local government allocation, state allocation, everything went into the pocket of Wirewike, and he did what he wanted with the money. But suddenly they just realized that, oh, local government should be autonomous. And since Fubara will not give them autonomy, we will just give them the autonomy. So he said Fubara is complaining and making Wirewike look bad because Fubara is not allowed to dominate. Let me show you a community in this same river state, Ilaje, cross to Ondo State and all these places, right? I'm thinking I should, but there is this sound in it. I don't know. It's a report done by the Arise News, right? And I'm kind of stuck in between. Should I not? The most is you will see it. They will ask me to delete it. So watch this. This report is from River State or the Niger Delta generally, and the degradation, the destruction of all of their environment. What's the Niger Delta you have been hearing about? What they really look like in real life, apart from the story you've heard about the oil, the politics, the corruption, this and that. Do you want to see what the real people, real communities in different communities of River State? All these Niger Delta states, right? Including Ondo State. You want to see what they look like? It's a report I'll show you. Let's start with, okay. Let's start with this.
Awoye, an island community in Ilaje local government area, is characterized by stilted houses lining up to the distance, where this body of saline water serves as a tributary to the Atlantic Ocean. This community in the southwest coastal region of Nigeria is home to the Rural One oil field and other platforms in Ondo State. The people are basically farmers and fishermen living a life of economic subsistence for survival. It's a 3-hour journey by sea from Sapele in Delta State to Awoye. Osase Hotel, where I lodged, like other wooden structures in Awoye, is built on stilts, requiring some effort to access. We had to wait until the evening hours before sailing to the Atlantic Ocean in our quest to discover the exact location of the Ororo 1 oil field inferno.
We cannot go beyond this point. Just a few meters away is platform 1 in the Ororo oil field. Almost 4 years ago, the fire is still raging on the sea, and the people complain that it has disrupted their fishing culture.
It was almost dusk when we came back to the community, just as fishermen were also returning from their daily routine at sea. Night falls in Awoye as the weary fishermen and their storm-tossed boats make their way back to the various local anchorage junctions in the community.
That fire I don't begin to burn now since 4 years ago. So we know they keep fish for there again. If they affect us, if we put net for there, we dey seek some oil. If we say inside water, if they come out with the net, so they swallow our net. Now because they run for there. Me, I believe say government don't forget us, and again we no get better leader. To say we get better leader for this our area, therefore don't find solution.
Awoye was already busy when we woke up the next morning.
Carol.
Fishermen tending to their nets and wood hawkers sailing to business points were common sights in the oil-producing community. Watching from a distance, I could say that the most intriguing spectacles in the island are canoes carrying jerry cans and other water containers, only stopping intermittently at some stilted houses to make supplies.
We don't have water. Some people used to go and fetch water at Chevron platform. So they used to sell a drum 500 naira, and that water is no good. We cannot drink it. We normally buy the sachet water. Like the bag of the pure sachet water is 600 naira, and the sea accommodate more than 3,000 houses. So most of the owner of the houses, they are now homeless. No water, no lights. So and here is oil producing community. So even me myself, sometimes when I see some kind of things here, I used to wonder, say, are we part of Nigeria?
The May 2020 fire reportedly broke out at the Ororo 1 well, a marginal field within Chevron Nigeria Limited's OML 95 in the Awoye area of Ilaje, Ondo State. The community claims that crude oil and toxic chemicals have poisoned marine.
That is the other side of Nigeria crude oil, petrodollar, that they don't really tell Nigerians. You know, we talk a lot about Niger Delta oil. We talk about the oil in Nigeria and some of these communities. Oh, we have oil spillages. Oh, this affecting the marine life. Is this or that? But little did Nigeria actually know. Nigerians don't know, except for those. And for those who are there, right, they know that the rest of Nigeria probably don't give a damn about them. But here is another part of that report. We are already watching it, so watch this one too.
Oil spill continues to fuel the fire almost 4 years after the explosion.
When it caught fire, we are not going there because they have security. But let me say 3 days ago, after the fire of cast, we saw a lot of dead body in the water. That day that cast fire, everywhere was shake. All those places, they shake. Since that day, we declared that the land is going down. It's going down.
We don't tire for suffer. Today, see broke house, we go build them again. Tomorrow again, so suffer. We not get any money now. This is petrol where now they take out with the fire for see there. Now they spoil we all ground. All ground for where you don't see Paul finish. This fire where they put on for them now. Begin for 4 years now. We don't begin spoil all we. All the community. I hear that what they tell you. Now you be our Pekin. Elijah Pekin. Remember our your community. You with your Thiefnubu. Now remember our your.
Paradoxically, its major source of economic livelihood, the sea, is now the most potent threat to the very existence of the people of Awoye.
4 years now, where this Ororo feed cast fire, and no solution to off that fire, and they gonna begin this chop. They see that just scatter everywhere. Even before this year we end, if God no help, we'll not go even get where to stay again. Now we talk about our own children. We go just the years somewhere they were the car way before.
Awoye, previously known for fish supply, cocoa, and other farm products, is today losing much of its land due to a constant rise in sea levels. The Executive Director, Health of Mother Earth Foundation, Nimo Basi, says the Ororo 1 well was first drilled by Chevron in 1986, but was plugged with steel and secured with no activity due to high pressure. 30 years later, it was given to Guarantee Petroleum Company Limited with a participating equity interest of 55%, while its co-awardee, Owena Oil and Gas, owns 45%. It's not certain if both companies developed the well because there are indications that the ownership may have been nullified, with the then Department of Petroleum Resources cancelling their location. In May 2020, the National Oil Spill Detection and Response Agency said the operating companies had engaged Halliburton and Chevron Nigeria Limited to assist in extinguishing the fire.
Ororo is a wake-up call. We slept for too long. 4 years of having inferno burning in the ocean within plain sight, and we pretend nothing is wrong. That is shocking and sad. Fire burning in the ocean, releasing tons and tons of greenhouse gases, adding to the global warming that is affecting not just Nigerians but the entire world, is an example of the negligence of the state when it comes to petroleum resources. All the government thinks about is the profit, the money, but not the impact on the environment or on the people. And this needs to change. Now is the time for not just the flame to be stopped. It can be stopped within a few weeks. They just need to drill a relief well. We saw what happened in the Gulf of Mexico and how it was responded to. How come in Nigeria nobody responded to these problems?
That same year,
nobody will, because if you remember the Ogoni cleanup, they have used the Ogoni cleanup project for the past 40 to 50 years now. They have been doing Ogoni cleanup, and billions of dollars borrowed have been stolen by that. And yet, go to some of these Niger Delta places and you can't plant anything anymore. And it's kind of like from every generation to generation, all of this are being eroded as usual. Marine life. For those who are still kind of managing to get a fish from Niger Delta part of Nigeria. Most of this aqua life, all these fish and all these things they pick from the sea, they are already most of them are contaminated, if not all. But who cares? Give me fresh fish, Charade, fresh fish pepper soup, caught from crude oil polluted water. Aqua life. Watch this other part of the report. These two.
The youth and women of Ofiominama arrived at town hall in adherence to the town crier's summons. It's strange to see them with farming and fishing implements with the day barely half spent. The faces of the women conceal a deep hurt associated with their socio-economic lifestyle.
This fire when it starts since February, I tell you say food no day, no fish, no crayfish, no isam for bush, even Ingbe oyster self no day, even in this Nangulo, everything seafood. We know they see them again. If we go, we come with empty hand. Even one self, we need the cash.
The chemical for the river was, as you see us with the vest.
What did they take the chemical do?
To carry the fire, and the chemical kill everything for the river. They won't kill us for hungry. If you look at our children, you go see small things them for their body. Now all these things they cause them. We don't know how this kind of sickness they carry come inside this community.
The Ofiominama River is saline in nature, presupposing a different source of drinking water, which again is a distasteful reference point.
Water where they drink now Fanta. We don't talk about water. How woman people go live without water?
Now Fanta say it is sweet on the color.
You not sweet. You not get this. Light not day. Water not day. We then try give us water now Fanta. Salt water now then they still they pump for us. Make woman people drink. Make children drink. See children. Because of money, they not go school. Nothing, no food for us. See as the village dry. Because of say nothing to eat.
All our children they sick. Nurse, we go come nurse, give us a tablet. Money sef no day. Shit. The children they shit. Now so we they see now so our belly now so because we not get another water. Now this water we still they drink.
From Ofiominama, the object of pain could be seen from a distance. With images of what I had seen playing in my mind, I waved goodbye to the women at the shore. With the youth leading the way, we drive from the community into the winding creek.
It's very easy to trace the trouble spot because the smoke serves as a guide. You can see it going skywards. The smell of crude is very pungent, very strong down here. Now look at this. We're not yet at the trouble spot, but look at the mangrove and look at the water. Ah, man, this is a sad reality of high-level pollution. And that is what the people of Ofiominama community are going through.
Just few meters further into the creek, the fire becomes more visible on Alakiri Well 9 of OML 18. The people say the well is operated by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited after its February 24, 2023 takeover from Eraton, who had initially acquired it from Shell Petroleum Development Company on the 16th of May 2015.
Then bring the well controllers in order to
close the well, but we stayed there, wait for them to complete the assignment. But rather they pull all the instrument that is holding the gas to come out. Then the next day, when we come and try to work on the well, then the fire came out.
26th February 2024, this fire occurred. We are informed the company, the NNPC, and the board director chairman, which is Chief Amange, Sunday. They have not seen anything done in this fire. Look at the chemical they use to quench the fire. Everything has been killed. We are seeking for the federal government to intervene.
We have reported this issue since when the fire broke out, 26 February, but nothing has been done. We need the state government and federal government to come to our aid. We give the NNPC 2 weeks, else we shut down everything.
So just imagine for a second that, listen, I'm not trying to emotionally wreck you now, but this has to happen, okay? So to those of you who have children, I have kids, okay? Just close your eyes for a moment and just imagine if that was your community and your children would have to actually leave. They have to leave off however they can within that existence. The entire nature is destroyed around them, but they have to live like that with birth defects, kidney problem, internal organ problems. Look at the water they are drinking. And billions, hundreds of billions of naira is buried into that region every month. Hundreds of billions. They couldn't provide them clean water. Their source of livelihood completely ruined and destroyed. I just wanted to know that that exists. That is the great country that you are telling yourselves that some of you have no idea the rots and the destruction they have done to Nigeria. They have destroyed the people. They have destroyed the land. They have destroyed the environment with all their greeds. And like somebody asked, Yemi Koko, where do you think Nigeria is going to start from? Where? As for those who are there, whose resources is being taken so brazenly without any respect to them, but take a look at where they have to endure and how many of them will have to die with no access to real medical care. I mean, look, you saw that. Where do you think they will start from fixing Nigeria? Where? And that's why we said you break it up. May everybody do go their separate ways. And you see how their environment can be cleaned if any serious people, any serious government is capital intensive. But it can be done. Yeah, it may take the next 100 years to clean that environment for it to be livable for people. But nature does take its own care. I'm talking about if you want to clean that place, it has to start now. It should have started like 50 years ago. But it didn't. But they are more interested in how they are going to continue to milk the area as long as Nigeria continue to exist. But see the lives, you saw the faces of the people who live in those areas. Think about them in millions and come back and tell me that you still feel like Nigeria is going to be great. For who? For sick or dead people? Maybe not. As for those who are living near water, to others who are living on far away from where the crude oil and all this contamination could be taking place, it is still no peace for anybody. Have you seen where the Fulani terrorists are feeding their cows with somebody, someone else's farm produce? I'll show you one. So when we talk about cows invading farms, some of you may think, oh, okay, maybe because the cows were passing and that is why they had to enter the farm and pass through the farm. No, it is more evil than that. And this is why if anybody is asking you to learn how to live in peace with this terrorist, that person is your closest enemy. I'm not saying closest, I said closest. Somebody who is hiding, pretending to be your friend. A total enemy. See a Fulani that want to live with us in peace. And what they normally do. And their cows.
Ada baik mak tu. C'est le traitement qu'il faut ici. Et on rase. C'est bon. Avec pas que là deux bidons c'est tout. Le travail est terminé. C'est bon? On va dire 1 minute quoi. Et on va enregistrer.
So to those of you who are trying to explain it away and possibly think we are just overreacting, that's the evil that you think we are overreacting to. And that is why there is hunger, starvation and poverty in Nigeria. This is what has been happening to farms in Nigeria in the last 9 years. I don't know when that video was made and I don't know where, but that's just an example of what they do. Okay, so they cut down the maize farm, right? A cornfield. They cut it down and they fed the whole thing to their cows. And somebody says, if they attack your farm, just tell them how much is the thing and they will pay compensation. Are you joking? Are you mad? Do you think it's about money? Can you eat your money? Can you cook? Can you cook that money? Let me tell you something. Talking about destruction of farms. They send their terrorists to destroy our farms. And then they will introduce Bill Gates GMO, genetically modified seeds, as they call them, right? GMO, chemical seed, chemical food. And guess what? This is the word, okay? The word of the Nigeria's agriculture minister. Listen, they said, it is significant for us to realize that the technology we are talking about today is Nigerian driven. And whatever concerns that Nigerians are expressing are not unfounded. There is no technology that has come anew and does not receive pushback. It is normal. That is the Minister of Agriculture in Nigeria. Now listen, they said Nigeria's federal government has launched the genetically modified organism GMO maize variety named Tela, stating it is an effort to strengthen and boost maize production in the country. The Tela maize was developed at the Institute of Agricultural Research, IAR, at Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, in collaboration with the African Agricultural Technology Foundation, AATF, funded by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and other partners. At the launch in Abuja, the Minister of State for Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi, said the government will only do things that will promote the citizens' welfare. So, the GMO seed, they are now kind of, Bill Gates is giving them. After the Fulani will destroy our farms, destroy that and possibly kill the farmers. Now, the federal government, the Fulani government of Nigeria, right? They are now sharing GMO seed. And you know something about this, right? Every land that the GMO seed is planted, you can no longer plant natural seed there anymore. You can't. GMO seed or GMO food, they are lab created, not natural. So if people want to eat GMO, right, that they say is actually like LV, cancer and all those things that could probably come around it, okay? Now, people should have that choice instead of an organized state-sponsored terrorism against the people, only to then give them the seed that will make all of our land no longer naturally viable to produce food. So they will reduce lands that will be viable for agriculture in the future. And if you don't have money to buy the GMO seed, then you can starve to death. If you decide to go and say, okay, I'll go and plant my own food, where? The land that has been destroyed. And Nigerian criminal government, and some of you, the intellectuals, the Bele lecturers, the Mumu lecturers, the Mumu Madus, the voluntary slaves, the unboot slaves, sophisticated morons, you think you will leave this world for your own children to survive on what? The terrorism in Nigeria has so many factors. This is one of them. But it's already becoming a thing in Nigeria. So they will kill us, destroy our farms, and they will destroy the lands too. And the government of the contraption will help them. If there's any time for us to quickly detach from this contraption, the better time was yesterday. The other best time was today. Tomorrow may be too late. I'll keep reminding you. Yeah, I will. And I saw the videos of I'm coming to that though, okay? I saw the video of the stays in Ojudioba online. Ojudioba in Ijabode is always so beautiful, okay? You have to see all of the age grades, age mates, and all of them like groups to come and display their wealth and the success of the last year. Then somebody said, how come all of them that are going to Ojudioba every year, how come they couldn't probably tell the governor, Mr. Governor, next year, before next year Ojudioba, how about you fix the Talaku Bolade junction, or like fix the roads in the Jabode, please? And then some were like, no, who will fix any road? Not a joke. Where do you think some of those people who are wearing those fancy, expensive dresses, showing up at Ojudioba in Ijabode to meet Awujale? Where do you think some of them got their money from? They got their money from the same corrupt system. They are the contractors of government. They are the suppliers. And that is why most of them can't really complain. And you see, when they all look that glamorous, please don't disturb our steez. Yeah, don't disturb our steez. Let's enjoy let's enjoy our steez and all that. And as for the governor, it will be there next year, possibly driving through this same road here.
This one is only down down there. Oh, this one gone.
So tell them, okay, maybe they can fix one of them for you. Instead of coming to display the stolen wealth that they probably like benefited from or benefiting from. Remember that. And because they are not caught, doesn't mean that they are not criminals. We know so many of them, and we know so many families in Ijebu and across Ogun State who have been part and parcel of the entire rotten system. We know that, we know them, and they know themselves too, including the Ujale himself. See, somebody got so mad, I think it was 2 days ago, when the African Wahala said something that was like about the Ujale. See, I'm from Ijebu and I respect that too. But something about the entire contraption called Nigeria is that, you see, if you try to find out about everything, like myself, you will have no respect for all of those criminals, old and young. Oba or Obi or anybody, you will not have any respect for them. But it's so hard, you know, for some people that it is not about that person, it is about this tool. They will kind of pretend, but it's mostly about the person. It's the personality of the person in charge that they kind of are defending, but they will say it's this too. So I used to kind of feel like Awujale of Ijebu land. Until the day they told us that if we want to know why Ijebu there has no real road, especially when Benga Daniel was Ogun State governor. If you want to know why there is no good road in Ijebu or abandoned roads, abandoned projects all over the place in Ijebu, maybe you should ask your Oba. I swear, that's what Benga Daniel said. That was some crazy time, 2010. People said I didn't do well, I didn't do this, I didn't. Maybe they should ask the Oba. Now then we can realize, say, now Oba collected not once, not twice, but 3 times. Okay? There are hundreds of millions of naira. We actually not only awarded, they were paid to Awujale's Oba Sikiru Adetonos, one of his companies that got the contract, okay, for road construction, this, that. They listed them that time, I remember. And they actually tried, they were like patching the road. They were supposed to reconstruct the road. Awujale and his company collected the money and they spent it. I will say it anywhere because it happened. And that is not a character of a good king. It's not a character of a good king. That other people were, somebody even said that here. Like other people were collecting bribe from Abacha. It was only Awujale who said no. That's why I respect him. Others said when Jonathan was sharing money, I think that was Elder Akinola. Are you watching? Some of you elders, you shall have a way of disappointing us. They make us kind of feel like una be dry fish. Anybody will try to bend you, go break you. We will still manage some of you. Elder Akinola came here and he said, the reason why I respect Awujale is because he rejected Jonathan's money, but he collected Thiefnubu's money for Bokuwari, didn't he? He did. But we can leave that part of it. Abi, let's leave that part. Let's just talk about the one he rejected, and we have to respect him. It's worse. I don't care about whatever politics they play. I'm talking about somebody who actually personally sabotaged the development of Ijebu. But he received honor a lot. He received a lot of honor of bringing glory to Ijebu. You know, Awujale of Ijebu land bringing glory to, you know, it is just celebration of criminality mostly. It was meant to be celebration of achievement. But that's what they wanted us to see. Take off all those mascaras. Take off all those makeups. Take up all those expensive art showcase and all of that. And I promise you, you will see more than 80% of the problems. Not just of Nigeria, but mostly of that Ogun State. I know them. They know me. And that is why people like us, if people like us have power, record it, record this part. If people like us have access to power, there's some things that will become history. Just for the sake of sanity. You know? So yes, we hope that they will be able to tell Dubious Dapo, please, construct Ijebu the road so that it can look more beautiful that way, okay? So that people, all the guests coming to buy Otumba from Awujale every year. You know, say we have more than 5,000 Otumbas. It's a business enterprise. So normally, right, in Yoruba land, okay, so you have a king. Then the king will have the council of chiefs. So you have the Otun, the OC. You have the Ashik Babalogun, Yalode, Olori Odo, and all that. But in my own Ijebu, we have more than 5,000 Otumbas. No, it's not that much. But yeah, like nearly. Because now buy with the buyer. It used to be 50 million naira to become an Otumba in Ijebu land. Otumba Awujale, Otumba Shokori, Otumba Shakpara, Otumba Shungun, Otumba Odogu, Otumba Salam. Everybody shall be Otumba for Ijebu. He ridiculed that place. But hey, that's what we celebrate every year. Come and show your wealth. Come and show where you've gotten and all of that. And then you see the criminals in charge of the entire problems of the people, right? They will be, yes. Have you seen Otumba Gbenga Daniel? He has arrived. Then they will bring all of their expensive automobiles and all of that. And then the poor people that they have stolen from, those ones will now be miling around. They will be looking like, one day, me too. Be like, No, I'm not jealous. I'm just saying it because that's what I'm going to tell my children. My children will not celebrate that kind of a thing. And there's a reason why I celebrated it out of ignorance. But I'm going to tell my children, okay, this is just not right. All right? It is not right. It is so selfish. But they should tell themselves, fix the roads, fix those places so that when we bring guests to Ijebu, they won't come and look at us as, look at these people. Look at this. Look at them. Oh, look at, I don't know, this place is so, come on, man. This is 2024. Give us something that the guests can go back and say about the Ijebus and say, not just about the horses and all that, okay? I felt I should say that. I'm not taking calls tonight. I'm just going to gist you till I'm tired because I've already overshot my time, okay? Now, take a look at this guy. He's a security guard somewhere in Nigeria too, okay? And to him, he's a businessman. He's not different from the rogues in charge of Nigeria, but his story is interesting and he said it himself, and I want you to listen. A quick one.
Good evening, Lekki residents, and I have an interesting news for you. My name is Alfred Dilichuku, and right before me is Mr. What's your name, sir? Destiny Ndubisi Chukuma. And what do you do? What work do you do? You are a security guard attached to a property in Lekki. Okay, what are these air conditioners behind you? They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, about 20. How many in number? 18 in number. I think they see 18. What are they here for? They're here because I'm thief. You stole them from a resident property. And what were you going to do with the AC? How much were you going to sell them? We bargained for 1.9. The whole 18 air conditioners, and these are split units for 1.9 million. And who it was going to buy them from you? It's one man I saw in there. It's one man I saw. I don't know the man. What? From where? From Tipa Garage. Where is which part of the country? Is the man Igbo, Yoruba or Hausa? Yoruba man. Now, what have you got to do with this AC? Who owns this AC? You are the person that employed you owns the AC, and you stole them, and you want to sell them for 1.9 million. So we want you to see the face of people like this. These are the type of people we have as security guards, undocumented, no profiling, and they are everywhere. Take a good look at this face. You might be having many of this type in your compound, and we must be very careful. This man, Destiny Ndubisi Chukuma, where are you from? You are from Ebonyi State. How long have you been working at the location?
6 months, more than 6 months. About
6 months. And you are able to remove 18 pieces of split unit air conditioners to sell them and then disappear. Thank you very much. So we are using this to warn the entire residents of Lekki and others who have employed unidentifiable security guards. This will serve as a warning. We have enemies within. And the earlier we begin to look at the people we bring into our communities, the better. This man would have wrecked this compound for just nothing, and he has successfully achieved that. Thank you for watching, and God bless.
So be careful. It's, you know, people, somebody said that poor people are very, very wicked. And I kind of agree. I'm not wicked and I'm a poor person, so I don't know if I'm agreeing right or if, you know, poverty get level. Okay, let's use that. Poverty get level. I'm a poor man, right? Which means that I'm just a poor, contented man. So in that category, I am not wicked that way. When I say wicked, I mean, ordinarily, right, the poor people would like to have everything you have. They do wonder why you, not them. And because of that, if an opportunity presents itself, they are more deadlier. So a poor person that didn't have any plan or anything, is godly, God-fearing and everything and all of that, and then boom, discover that there is a bag of money. And then that moment, different thoughts will be running through it, including killing the owner, even if the owner is his own boss. Yeah. Poor person will be like, this my oga is a rich person. Instead of him to just kind of look at me one day and give me 1 million or 2 million. Look at, he just bought new car. He just bought new that. So they kind of walk with envy too. Honestly. But not all of them profess it too. Yeah. Poor people are very, very wicked people too. Or they want to be seen as, okay. They want to be seen as, you know, they want to be seen with pity too. Because why would you go and remove all the AC units? 18 split AC units to go and sell as scraps because maybe the guy is rich. Oh yeah, my boss is rich. So once I sell all of these things now and I make some money, I could just jump out. I'll just go and start a business. The poor is ready to kill you, take whatever they can take from you to go and start a life. Because according to them, it's an opportunity. They don't see it as anything, they say it's an opportunity. And if you are poor like me, please be contented. You can do it. Be contented. Or seek help. If I need money, if I need help, I usually just speak out and say, well, help me, help me, help me, help me. Rather than just become so much interested in somebody else's money and then begin to plan on how to actually deal with them. If you seek help, you probably will get it. And I love it. When I saw a video of, you know, traders coming together for one of theirs who has been through financial downturn. And they call themselves together and say, we need to raise money to help this brother. I love it. I'll show you.
One of our brothers, Wakam Papia na Mamia Lapo, Bopalala, Unaya Palala Sinsi, Mamia na Papia Palala Babebo. Maka the shock they are too much. Oya mem, ko bala mo ku ya dey principal. Anje iye me palala bule beli ye. Oku agbago palala. Amala m na oku gba palala, o we mbo sin ye ego ko bia so field. Palala na so field, ye no palala da na ifi na asu. Isi abiko ejide go ya supu sine. That's almost a mistake we had. Almost a mistake. Palannem asusina. Oh, I'm on the palala we family. One no we family. Palala. That's it. Yeah, if I walk on see about to tell palala. If I know mebo. If I know mebo, I'm going there. Monday, Obuna palala ima palala bali ni ike obulo to aka palala di palala wa mgbe ona ata sia ni ike mana ima ni oke iye da kwesi oke otu odika obiala na mbelede odika nwoke anaghị palala you must rise amen palala ne bukwa na you must rise and I mana andi ụmụnna ndị na abroad unu kwozi okwozi ngezi nya Tikonia ina palala ifuna anukoli ana alụ no dira anu otu ngezi azi ye na je fridge oge eri aka je fridge na chokwu iso ana je na eme this keya na be empowerment and the other palliatives are ekende mmadụ ewo ozi a ga-ezi na onye akita Zipenia ndị na nda ngokwa ya chọpa ka yeme palala on behalf of all stars and co-camp okay I'm abia and co-camp general assembly I got onite ndị ọbụ ọrụ ha I hand this money over to you. We are calling on our grand patron, the grand patron, and the chairman, the chairman the big guy of co-camp pastors.
Just give me. You get that? So that's quite, really, really impressive. Seek help than get yourself involved in criminal activities, especially the one that you would have to rob somebody who is helping you. That is so bad. You don't bite the fingers that's feeding you, do you? No, that's bad. Okay. And yeah, I think that's me. But I have something to show you. I always have a lot to show you. And most of the time, I always cut back because once I overshoot my time, then I mostly would not be taking calls like tonight. So, but here from Rivers State, where BP, or what's that guy's name? One of the Fubara's guys and others celebrates the takeover of their own local government by the loyalists of Fubaras like this. He's feeling himself there in front of the camera, like, hey, whatever. But that one is sound. So I heard that, you know, they said a Polytechnic, I think it's Polytechnic of Ede's staff, I don't know, somebody got appointed by Governor Ajugbafida. Governor Ade Dancer Ade Jackson of Oshun. And the moment they made the announcement, right, in the school auditorium, I think, everybody was so happy. And the person that was announced, oh no, his reaction too. Allah would think Badura, go collect salary from the freebies of government. Watch this. It is like, Lord would do where, we are so happy. That man they gave that appointment to. He's a very good man. Oh, very, very good man. In fact, this is evidence of God is working. We are all so happy. The whole school was so happy because they have given him an appointment to Adeleke. Let's say Adeleke le consi. Adeleke le consi. No, Adeleke le consi. You see how? When you see them later and say, okay, why is Adeleke le consi? They say, it's a very, very hard work. It changed Osun State. Osun is, they told the Aregbe Mugbana too. Yeah, they told Baba Kabiru the same. Baba Kabiru changed Osun. He's a leader. He said, man, where are we going to start from? To try to save our people. I do not know. I was telling you about all the Otumbas. How do you think me, an Ijebu man, should feel looking at this picture? In all honesty, how do you think I should feel? Knowing what I know, without any bias of, you know, how do you think somebody like me, an Ijebu man, should look when I see a terrorist being given the prestigious. It was supposed to be, but it's not. The title of Otumba in Ijebu land to a terrorist, a murderer, a thief. So you can, they say, show me your friend and I'll tell you who you are. I have known Awujale for a while. He's been on Awujale for years, for over 60 years, I think. April 2nd, 1960. See, the current affairs, right? Even if you don't remember when Awujale became Awujale of Ijebu land, right? He became Awujale on April 2nd, 1960. Lojotoba Wagbade. Lojotoba Wagbade, April 2nd, 1960. This is year 2024. He's been on Awujale for 64 years. Ijebu, this still looks like 15th century Ijebu. Because all of this old show, all this old charade and all of that is just to kind of massage their own egos, right? And then they keep their money laundering business and corrupted enterprise going and flowing. Then they connect. They say, I'm a titled holder in Ijebu. Imagine El Rufaya. Go on TV and say, I am a titled holder in Ijebu. El Rufai. But what can we say? And Awujale has made him an Otumba. Otumba Awujale, maybe the 5,001 Otumba. There are many like that, oh. Cecilia Ibru is an Otumba. No. Olorogun Ibru, that's the Otumba. Cecilia is not Otumba. There are many thieves, drug dealers, drug smugglers, money launderers, political treasury looters. Otumba. A disgrace. So like I said, right, if people like us, once people like us have access, if we have access to power, we will do a lot to bring this shame to an end. You know, that way. And that's something that the African Wahala will frankly support. So ladies and gentlemen, we've had a bit of a longer night. A long night, but not too long because we started late. So I want to say thank you to you, every one of you that joined me tonight. So remember, let me say this. If you see me on tomorrow afternoon, it simply means that, we've gotten to that stage that I could leave Agbeke. So Agbeke is already kind of recovering enough. I cut down what I do here because of her, and the kids too, because somebody has to kind of cover up for some time. And that was me, you know. So she's getting better. She's improved a lot. And hopefully tomorrow we would have our usual, right? So if we can make calls tonight, right? We'll do that tomorrow. So to everybody who is here tonight and to those who have left, I want to say thank you to you. And if you joined us at midway, you can watch this from the start again. All right. Just fast forward it to 5 minutes after if you don't like music. Apart from that, right? You are free to kind of share it too. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I'm going to see everyone tomorrow. Inshallah. Until then, stay safe and take it easy. Good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. kẹgbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu.
MaiyegunDiary na you be number one.
àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó.
MaiyegunDiary na you be number one.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Presido bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
òkúrọ̀ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
ha kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don off mic, and if we talk, na 500,000 they go sama us call am hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people wey dey spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo, Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo, Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. This one not dey off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. And in dey touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be dey holla say dem want the power. Chai, dem be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Dem hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. This one not dey off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Person wey dey do evil no wan make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too dey talk. He too dey talk. Say Maiyegun Diary, he dey hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman pikin dey the street dey hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo.
Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us tonight. It is Maiyegun Live. Apologies for the late start. But many of you actually understand. Read the caption of the broadcasts. The description of this broadcast. What you should do. Share the broadcast after liking it to invite your friends and your not so friendly friends. Tell them that Maiyegun today. Akpabiole might have found a solution to the banditry in Nigeria. You remember when I told you that Nigeria is like an asylum where lunatics have taken over the asylum. loonies. People that should either be in jail or in psychiatric homes, getting care. They are those making decisions, critical decisions for that contraption. All you have to do is to share the broadcast. Thank you very much. And thank you so much for joining me again. Ladies and gentlemen, let's kind of delve into it straight up. And I am going to try and make it up to us. Okay, we're going to have all our full hours tonight, as long as you are up for it. Now, we are starting with the Akpabiole's jibe or gaff, and it is not a sleep. This is how useless the rogues in charge of Nigeria are. And when they speak like this, including Thiefnubu, you will never see them talk about their policies, the progress of it, the challenges, things that you can easily understand, to acknowledge them or see them as a government. These guys are always either just talking about nonsense, mostly like they are a charity, sort of, and not government. So that's why most of the time they are so irresponsible that they kind of feel angry if you rebuke them when they abandon their duty for God. Let's just pray to God to help us from the people who are making and taking critical decisions in a country. However, Akpabiole is the number 3 man in Nigeria after Kolu and Shitty Man. That is the number 3 man in Nigeria. So he was having a media party, somehow, as usual, making themselves feel good. Have done so great for this country. The policies of Thiefnubu is so working. We are turning the corner. We are baby walking. And all that nonsense they say to you. That's how they feel. They are doing so great. Anyone who is not feeling that is either an hater or that person is blind. Kind of, that's the way they see it. Then, boom. Thiefnubu's policy on student loan, Akpabiole said, is one of their greatest bills that they passed, because right now 30,000 Nigerian students have been shortlisted. There's no proof of that. There is nothing of such, all right? But the number 3 man in Nigeria, as they are those who actually peddles fake news, lies, they get so mad if they get busted. Okay? So he said 30,000 Nigerian students have been shortlisted for student loan. But the greatest, that's one of the greatest, but the greatest of the bills that this National Assembly, they have passed in the last 1 year is returning Nigeria back to the colonial anthem. And according to him, it was because Obasanjo stopped and changed the anthem in 1978. That was what opened the door for banditry, terrorism, because there is no patriotism anymore. The moment Obasanjo changed the anthem, patriotism left Nigeria. Because if you read the content of that anthem, you will be so patriotic. You will not go and kill your neighbor. You will not go and attack your this or that. That's the thought of the number 3 man in Nigeria. I want you to listen. I think I have a copy of that somewhere here. Inside that same National Assembly.
Whatever you do for us here, you do it for National Assembly. you do it for subnational parliament.
The bill that was sent to us by President Tinubu on students' loans and scholarship program to enable Nigerian vulnerable students, the less privileged, to obtain higher education. And as I speak to you now, over 30,000 Nigerian students have already been selected to benefit from that. That is one of the bills that I would say appeals to me the most. The other one of social impact is reverting to our old national anthem. A lot of people are not aware that there was a panel set up made up of Nigerians to receive inputs from all over the world in 1959. So when people are saying, oh, we are bringing you colonial anthem, please look into the history of the Nigeria we held the. If we kept to that national anthem, we probably would not have banditry today in Nigeria. But if you take your neighbor as your brother, you will not want to kill your brother, would you? Yes. If you take your neighbor as your brother, you will not want to go into the farm to behead your brother.
Whatever you do for us here, you do it for National Assembly, you do it for some nuisance, Lele.
That is their thought process. The increase in insecurity, terrorism in Nigeria is not because of an anthem. It all started from those who were using religion as a tool to access power. That is that. Then the successive governments in Nigeria who have allowed that to fester. Then Boko Haram came. Then add that as well to the poverty, mismanagement, bad governance over the years, which has rendered more people poorer and easily recruitable, easily recruitable into any form of a criminality, any form of agenda, and any form of violence. That's corruption, bad governance, negligence, not taking responsibilities on the part of the authorities or the government of Nigeria is further creating more, recruits from the basket of the poverty, more recruits for many other criminal agendas in Nigeria. And there is no amount of time you hail Nigeria, you hail thee, that is going to end that. But Akpabiole and gang didn't think so. Have you listened to Kalu himself? Anyway, this is how they kind of make themselves feel good. Power is good, though. Power. We are in power. We are the ones in power. We can do whatever we like. They see Thiefnubu almost every hour in Abuja, especially those who are miling around him. Then Thiefnubu took a break to Lagos. So they went there again to go and pay him Salah visit and all of that. That Akpabiole was there too. But you just hear the number 3 man in Nigeria. Listen to the number 1 man from the contraption, Kalu himself.
For people to understand the reforms that we embark upon.
He's talking about this reform that we embark upon. And guess what the reform is? Taxation and borrowing. IMF, World Bank, no investor, no nothing. But right now, they kind of feel like as bigger businesses are leaving Nigeria, Lebanese and the rest of them are coming in, Asians, and I'm coming to that. But let Thiefnubu tell you about that policy, floating off the Naira.